Check it out. Never knew a friend till I met a foe. Never knew pain till I met the game. Never had a real team that could win the rain. Never knew what a friend could do. Never knew I'd be bruised all black and blue. With my back to the wall. Scrap with my dogs. Rap with my dogs. Cat with my dogs. Fly with me in Atlanta. Oakland, Los Angeles. Real homies never turn to run. Even if a young sucker wanna pull them. Even if a young sucker wanna meet the sun. We gon' rep to the death where the roots is from. Each day's another change. My homies stay the same. Like feeling strange, cause this world's here.
Thanks for joining me for NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony with Doris Burke reporting on the sideline. Welcome to the Air Canada Center, home of the Toronto Raptors, and a great venue for basketball. So here's Miami. Starting group. Dragic is joined in the backcourt by Wade. Dang and Bosh, your small and power forwards. And it's Whiteside in at the 5, roaming the paint. Wade kicks to Dragic. 5 to shoot. Takes the 13-footer. Wade misses. And what you have to like out of Valanciunas last season, improved efficiency. The game really, Clark, seemed to slow down for him.
Yeah, he entered the league a little green. I mean, would make a lot of mistakes, but had excellent tools. So with enthusiasm and hard work, you knew it was just a matter of time with him.
To the middle. Now here's Carroll. Can't get it to fall, and he's missed the second after making his first. And then Wade slams it in.
Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor.
And for Valanciunas last year, his offensive production was similar to the year before, but he cut down on his turnovers. He also raised his shooting percentage to a career-high 57%, and that, my friends, is improved efficiency.
To the paint. Stolen by Bosh. Wade outside. And it's blocked. Dragic against DeRozan. Here's Lowry. And it's blocked by Dang. And it's out of bounds. They say last touch by Dang. Outside Lowry. He dishes it to DeRozan. 6 to shoot. Here's Valanciunas. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there, Greg.
And he sinks the second.
You know, talking about Valanciunas, the light clearly went on last season. He was more assertive, refined his post game. The next step is to extend his shooting range so he can help space the floor on offense. You know, Dwayne Casey was once a player at Kentucky, took me and hosted me on my recruiting visit at Kentucky back in 1979. Actually got his coaching start at the school as well.
Got a piece of it. Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's how you make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered. The floor is open. Take care of business.
Always an advantage when you can get out in the open floor. You get much better rhythm offensively, and this lead, I think, is headed up.
And Chris Bosh with the slam.
And that's how you answer. I'd say he just one-upped him. Pretty good one there.
These two guys really like going at each other, don't they?
Boy, I tell you what, we've got a little bit of a personal rivalry brewing here, fellas.
Here's Dang. Out to Wade. And it's Dragic off the drive. Right side. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
This guy is a beast on the board.
And when he gets those second chance points, he does not waste one of them.
And you know what? It's always going to be a powerhouse finish with him. We know that for sure.
Catching up on the changes for Toronto. Biombo, he's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Scola comes in for Patrick Patterson. Powell, he's checked in for DeMar Carroll. And it's Joseph in for DeMar DeRozan. 4 on the shot clock. Here's Biombo. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Terrence Ross is checked in for the Raptors. Dragic kicks to Bosh. And it's denied. Dang again. Ross lets it go with the 3. Miami grabs the miss.
Oh, that's a tough three-point try when you've got the defense right there.
Well, he'd have to be really good to knock down the shot like that against that kind of defense.
And that's out of bounds. Toronto will retain possession. .46 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. And the dunk by Scola.
I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spots. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be.
The Raptors have converted 1 of 2 free throws so far today.
And look back a season ago. They did a solid job at the line, about 79% of their free throws.
And you can't take those numbers lightly, fellas. I mean, their free throw shooting made a difference for them in a lot of their games last season.
Out to Wade. It's tipped. That doesn't go either for Bosh.
They really depend on him to convert those chances. A lot of times, even with solid D draped on him, they expect him to make it.
And it's blocked by Whiteside. Wade drives in. He dents the rim with a two-handed slam. Wow.
Make it 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right, Kevin?
Yeah, that's right. You got it. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Toronto ahead. They lead by 1. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. Well, up to this point, a closely contested game as we start the second quarter. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Raptors.
Guys, right from the start, it's been apparent they're determined to establish a presence in the paint.
Also, what passing we've seen from them here early. I mean, there could be a big number in the assist column if this keeps up.
Patterson is the 4 with Valanciunas in the middle. Lowry out there with Powell. And it's Ross in at the small forward. That's the group for Toronto to start the second quarter. Well, one thing that you can always say about Dwayne Wade is that he is at his best when the game is on the line. He truly lives for the big moments.
He does. And Wade has been in so many of those big moments over the course of his career. 5 trips to the NBA Finals, and he really does thrive under pressure.
Solid on the one-hand throw down there.
You know, Clark, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Yep.
Yeah, and one reason why, I just don't know that I've ever seen him miss a play like that.
Whiteside kicks to Dragic. Bosh. And that's good. And it's Dragic with the assist. Dragic has got 4 assists in the game.
Start it. And for Wade, when it comes to being clutch, a lot of it is experience. I mean, it's not just during the playoffs. He knows when to step up in the fourth quarter during the regular season. Very productive in the fourth quarter from a scoring standpoint.
So, timeout called here, the first for Toronto.
Wade averaged 7 points in the fourth quarter of last season. That was 3rd most in the NBA. A big part of it is how he can create his own shot. When the game is on the line, you want him on the floor with the ball in hand.
Here's what Toronto's going with right now. Damari Carroll's checked in for Ross. And it's DeRozan in for Powell.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Yeah, but he was late to get there, Greg, so the referee couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
And Whiteside sends it back. Here's Dang. And he dunks it right on Patrick Patterson. Ouch!
And that lead pass allowed him to get straight to the rim unabated in stride.
Lowry. There we go. Now in the scoring column with that make, he is 1 for 4.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low. And I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation. But, boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
And it's blocked by Dang. They retain possession. Misses from short range. Here's Bosch. Wade with no one around. Good, and it's Bosch picking up the assist. And now a 9-point Heat lead. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Heat.
Great hustle defensively through the first half, contesting everything and racking up the block shots.
They also came out of the locker room with their running shoes on. I mean, their transition game has been full throttle.
Well, I think it's been said about 1,000 times now how Coach Spoelstra started as a video coordinator with the Heat. But he's been with the organization for so long, they are starting to become synonymous.
It's Dang, top of the key. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. Like as you said, Spoelstra has been with the Heat for so long now in his 8th season. He was handpicked by Pat Riley to lead the team, and Clark kind of molded him in his image.
Yeah, and it was clear that Pat Riley believes in him and continues to believe in him. Coach Spoelstra has had very high expectations on his shoulders ever since taking over the team, and he's actually lived up to them.
And that's a great play on the backboard for him. I mean, it's what we expect. All his second chance points do not come by accident.
Here's DeRozan. The big dunk at the end of the break.
Well, they won't be down for long if they can get some more early offense just like that.
And Clark, the best way to get that early offense is with steals that allows you to get out in transition.
And it's the Heat on the break. Here's Green. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
And really a good job spotting his teammate near the bucket and then just pinpoint passing for the finish.
Stolen by Bosch. And Green with the basket on the assist by Richardson. Green's got 4 points in the quarter.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agility.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
Here's Green, following the score by DeMar DeRozan. Dang kicks to Green from the baseline. And it's Biyombo with the rebound. Raptors trailed by 7. Up top, DeRozan. Richardson covering. Back to DeRozan. No good with the layup. And so we wrap up the first half. Heat lead by 7. We'll be back shortly live from the Air Canada Centre in downtown Toronto. All right, the second half beginning in just a moment. D-Wade really playing well in this one.
How about the magic touch he had on display there in that first half in terms of finding his teammates? Just a plethora of assists.
Plethora, you're going deep into that dictionary of yours, man. It's not a common occurrence with this guy, though. Typically, he's more of a finisher, but that's not been the case in this one.
The second half just about to get going here.
Well, Dwayne Wade in this one, he's got 8 points, and he hasn't forgotten to get his teammates involved either.
And he's conscious, I think, Clark, of good ball movement. It needs to be a part of their game plan throughout.
On the floor for Miami, Wade and Dang are the 2 and 3. Chris Bosh is out there with Stoudemire. And it's Green in at the point. DeRozan's shot is good.
Great way to start the half. Easy layup against some soft D.
Thing about DeMar DeRozan, he came into the league fairly unpolished, struggled to handle the ball, created then his own shot, and but sometimes he would create for others too.
Yeah.
But he's settled down. You can see the growth.
Yeah, and that's the one thing. You could see the physical talent was there in terms of him playing the two. The question was, could he make the commitment mentally to become a great player? Well, from what he's done the last few years, I would have to say he's definitely been able to do that.
Bosh misses. Raptors trail by 6. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. Well, I'm sure you guys have heard this, that the nickname that has been given to DeMar Carroll, the Junkyard Dog, I think it's apropos. Kid drafted out of Missouri back in the 2009 draft.
Yeah, and he actually had to show perseverance to hang around as he bounced around a bit. But I think he's found a home now.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Greg, those are always tough to judge, but I think the official got that one right.
Wade drives in, and it's Toronto with the rebound. DeRozan's got 3 rebounds now in this one.
And Carroll, an energy player who's developed a reliable three-point stroke. I mean, he can also hurt you in transition. He's got terrific size and athleticism, and he also really knows how to play without the basketball.
Screened by Valanciunas. That's good, and the Heat lead is cut down to 4 on the bucket from DeRozan.
Getting the half off to a good start here already with some penetration.
Now here's DeRozan. He's got 10. Lowry kicks to DeRozan. Outside for Lowry. 5 on the clock. Patterson a screen on Green. Lowry. Oh, and it looks like that's going to be a goaltending call. Yep, that's it. So they'll get the basket.
He thought he had that one clean, but the ref saw it differently. They'll count the basket.
Catching up on the changes for Toronto. Terrence Ross comes in for DeMar Carroll, and it's Powell in for DeMar DeRozan. Stoudemire the pass to Green. Dang dishes to Stoudemire. And the shot is good.
And Carroll, by advanced stats, one of the most productive small forwards in our league. I mean, one thing I like, even as he's developed into a three-point threat, he still has an instinct for cutting to the rim off the ball when his defender turns his head. I mean, one of the things I think that allows his team to be so good is his understanding of how to play the game.
And it's Wade with the jam.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is.
Here's Green after the Raptors pick up 2. Inside, here's Bosh. Up and in on the layup. Bosh has got 6.
Boy, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip. They've got a battle inside.
This game has been a battle, and maybe they're starting to just run out of gas a little bit.
Here's Lowry. The shot misses. Now the Heat take it the other way. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Bosch kicks to Dang. Some nice ball movement here by the Heat. Bosch heads the pick for Green. Down low. For rebound by Patterson.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
The Heat leading by 4. Dishes to Bosch. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. That's on Patrick Patterson.
There's some amazing stats put up by Chris Bosh early in his career, but having been in the shadow of LeBron and D. Wade over the past few seasons, one wonders if Bosh is now a little bit underrated. He's talented and gives you everything you want from the power forward spot.
Catching up on the changes for Toronto. Damari Carroll's checked in for Terrence Ross, and it's DeRozan in for Powell. Now here's Green. He's got 5. Kicks it out to Richardson. That 3 off the mark. Raptors trailed by 5. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. And Carroll gets it to go.
No doubt that is within his range.
Well, I would hope so. He's a pro, and it was only a 1-footer. Come on now.
Now here's Green. Stoudemire with a screen on Lowry. Goes up off the pick. And it's Stoudemire with the jam.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
The third quarter comes to a close. It's the Heat. They lead by 5. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the fourth quarter of action when we return. Thanks for joining us again as we get set for the fourth quarter. A terrific game so far. Toronto trailing. We've got DeRozan. Powell is out there with Corey Joseph. Then it's Scola, and it's Biyombo at the 5 down low. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto. Joseph, the pass to Biyombo. And he comes off the screen and slams it through.
And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Well, it was. I mean, a tight game like this one, you'd think they'd have a little more energy at the defensive end than that.
Now, here's Richardson. Stoudemire attacking. Winslow dishes to Stoudemire. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. And the Heat lead by 5.
In that tight, with that much of an advantage height-wise, there's just not a lot the defense can do.
Miami with the ball. And the dunk by Winslow.
Wow, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
And Joseph kicks to Powell. How's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
Nothing fancy there. Didn't need it.
Nope. His only concern right now, Clark, is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points.
I like the simplicity.
Well, there's also style just with the fact that he's able to have that kind of a finish, though. Still, I like that pretty one-handed flush.
Richardson. Toronto grabs the miss. A great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
Right back to the basics there, using the one-hand slam for that one.
Doesn't he make the basics look pretty exceptional?
Yeah, he does. They look sweet when he does them.
And he better stay with those basics because this game is still yet to be determined.
And Stoudemire gets it to go.
Yeah, heads-up aggressive play right there. Saw the smaller man on him and took it straight to the basket. I mean, you never expect to get opportunities that easy coming down the stretch of a tight game.
Now here's Dragic to the left side wing. Now here's Winslow. Not a lot of room. Stoudemire the pass to Winslow. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Winslow's got 4 this quarter.
You know, it's really going to be all about hard work from this point on. And they worked hard to create that high-quality shot right there.
No question. That's their goal down the stretch here. I think finding those close-range rhythm shots.
Toronto calls timeout. Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Yes, Kevin, Dwayne Casey was just going over the plan with his team. He is not happy with the sloppy play offensively, saying, listen, let's make the simple play. Take care of the basketball. We can't afford to waste any possessions. Guys, can they clean it up?
Catching up on the changes with Miami. Whiteside's checked in for Stoudemire. And Chris Bosh is subbed in for Josh McRoberts. It's stolen by Dragic. Richardson with it. Now guarded by DeRozan. Dragic dishes to Whiteside. Deflects the pass. It's stolen by Carroll. There's the killer two-handed slam.
Kyle Lowry with a beautiful setup.
And the Heat call time here. They lead by 3. 1:30 left here in the fourth quarter.
And you can tell they're just a little out of sync. I think he just wants to get everybody back on the same page.
Yeah, I like this timeout, Greg. I think it's a good one because it looks like they need a minute to talk things through here.
And some changes here for the Heat. Luol Deng is checked in for Winslow. Gerald Green comes in for Richardson. And Dwayne Wade subbed in for Goran Dragic. Whiteside sets the pick for Wade. .121 left in the fourth quarter. Bosh, no one around him. And misses it off the right side of the rim. Lowry kicks to DeRozan. Wade with the block. No good. And Toronto will come the other way. Lowry has the open look. That misses. Had a chance to tie it there.
And another miss. Ooh, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have. You're right. Here's Carroll. Money!
Those are huge points.
Beyond huge, partner. I mean, they needed that bucket desperately.
We can probably expect to see him slow it down now.
Yeah, you got the lead. Burn some clock here.
Smart move.
Yep.
Now, here's Wade. To the paint. Here's Whiteside. Rebounded by Valanciunas.
And that's the way you want to defend. Nice job there.
Always important to have that good interior defense.
And DeRozan.
You know, they've got a foul to give here if they need it.
Yeah, definitely something to keep in mind for them right now.
Wade passes to Bosh. And that's an intentional foul.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let them dribble the game out.
Exactly. I mean, you got to stop the clock any way possible and hope they alligator arm a few of those free throws.
And the second of 2 is good. That will put them up by 2. Now a timeout called by Miami. They're down by 2. Just 2 seconds left in the fourth. What do you think, guys?
With this much time left on the clock, I try to shoot from as close to the basket as possible because that way you have enough time for a quick putback if you miss.
Tipped away. It's stolen by DeRozan. And they go to the intentional foul. And no good as the first free throw missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second.
2 shots.
He's able to hit the second one, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And the Heat call time here. Guys, what do you think?
They need a quick 3 here. It's a tough shot. The odds are against them, but anything's possible.
And so the big win by Toronto in a tight game. What a show they put on here at home tonight.